Auburn traffic, radio check, please. Yeah, we're the only one out here. All right, so we were waiting for that clutch light to go out. Clutch light is out. So we're going to make sure before we do anything else that circuit breaker is in. That one with the collar. Because if that circuit breaker pops, it'll disengage the clutch, and that could be why it's going out. Right. We want to make sure that's not why. All right, so now that the circuit breakers are in, we're going to warm up to 70-75, so go ahead and grab the throttle. Roll toward me smoothly, get it up to about 70-75 on the RPM if you would. Perfect. As high as it go, huh? Alright. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to wait for the gauges to get in the green. Just kind of a standard warm-up.
Right.
While we're waiting, we'll do another radio check if we see anybody else. And we'll also check our weather. So this is our COM 1 up here. We use this to communicate. So we talk through it and we listen through it as well.
Right.
Our COM 2 is down here. We use this to listen. Can't transmit out on this frequency, to my knowledge anyways. So if we want to listen to it, we hit up on number 2.
613 Zulu. Wind, calm, visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 6 Celsius. Dew point 6 Celsius. Altimeter 3027 inches of mercury.
3027, so in between the 2 and the 3.
For runway 25, no straight out VFR departures at end of runway, track 230 degrees.
Did you hear the temperature and dew point?
Areas.
I heard the dew point was 6. I didn't hear the temperature.
6.
Auburn Municipal
What was that?
Airport.
It was 6.
Automated
I
weather
think
they were both 6.
They were both 6. Yeah.
3 Zulu. Wind.
Oh, 6
calm,
Celsius, right.
visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 6 Celsius. Dew point 6 Celsius. Altimeter 3027 inches of mercury.
Yep. So that means if there's any moisture added here at all, it will become visible. So that's why when you breathe, you're seeing it.
Right.
Because already the air is holding as much water vapor as it can.
Right.
So anything added is visible. Kind of programming that up for situational awareness. Ready. So starting to clear up a little bit. You can try opening your door and flooding in some fresh air. Yeah, no, it's not helping much. Alright. So engines gauges are in the green. And I'll get that one in a couple seconds. Alright, so I'll go over that GPS. Alright, so this is, again, our secondary comms and a GPS, right?
Right.
We primarily use it for situational awareness. Don't get too bogged up in trying to program it initially, though. As you get more comfortable with other things, start diverting your attention to this. But when you start up, you'll have to hit the enter button in order to get it to do anything.
Right.
It'll start acquiring satellites at that point. Once it's done, it'll actually be of use. Before then, it's just a pretty secondary radio.
Okay.
Once it does open up, you hit the NRST button, which is nearest. It'll bring up KAUN, which is the Auburn Airport.
All right.
You hit the D with the arrow, which is direct to. That little OK button pops up again.
Right.
Confirming this is the airport. You hit the enter button. So go ahead. And now it gives you the distance from Auburn. It'll give you a direction to it. It'll also give you ground speed and a bearing and track.
Okay.
So once you direct this thing, it's pretty useful. You can also play with this to try and get things like a map.
Oh, it actually has a map on there.
Yep. You can zoom in with a small or zoom out with a small by turning it. Nautical miles is down there. So here it's a half nautical mile. If I zoom out, I can go to like 8 nautical miles. You can get out pretty far. Not super accurate, but it's better than nothing if you're starting to worry about situational awareness.
Right.
Alright, that gauge is in the green, so we're going to try and do our mag drop real quick. Alright, so mag drop, we want to be at 75. We're going to click once to the left nice and methodically, and wait to 2 seconds. You're going to hear the engine bog down and you're going to see the gauge drop, but you want to make sure it doesn't tank below 70% like immediately, or the engine doesn't die.
Right.
If the engine dies, that means you have a faulty magneto.
Right.
So 1 and click, 1, 1,000, 1,000, back to the right, let it rebound. Maybe even help it a little bit if you're impatient. And then 2 methodical clicks to the left to check the right magneto. 1, 2, 1,000, 2, 1,000, back to the right to both. If you accidentally kill the engine, which will happen sooner or later, just let it die.
Yeah.
It's fine. Then you restart it.
Right.
Alright. So mag drop is good. Carburetor heat. Alright, so we already have the carburetor heat pulled on. Kind of see the temperature here. So we pull a little bit more. Temperature should go up. Maybe already kind of maxed out at this point. We might have to lower it. Alright, let's start lowering it.
Almost instantly started going.
Yep, sorry. So we know it was working. Yep, alright, cool. You're also usually going to see a direct correlation with power. So when you pull carburetor heat, you're putting hot air into the engine. The engine doesn't like it. You're going to see a decrease in your power.
Okay.
So we're going to leave that up just a little bit to help preheat the system, because we know we're in carburetor ice conditions, because it's the same temperature.
Right.
Alrighty. So sprag clutch. So we're going to roll up. So I'm going to grab the throttle. Roll toward me until you get above 80% or so, nice and quickly, and then roll all the way towards you. Beautiful. That was beautiful. You see how the needles split?
Right.
So you want to make sure when the engine, now go back up to 75. You want to make sure when you do that, when the engine dies because you roll the throttle off, the rotor doesn't go with it.
Right.
Because that means if it does die, well, you're not auto-rotating, because they're linked.
Right.
That would be a bad thing. So you want to make sure you have a nice split like that. If the engine is really warm, it's been flying a lot, you'll see less of a perceptible split.
Right.
But you still want to see a split. Do it. Alright, doors installed. Yes. Somebody took the grease pan out. No, it's not. Here they are. Alright, so grease pen will help you. So for our limit manifold chart, you have one at your feet and you have one up here. Whichever one is most visible for you. So I'll go ahead and point to this one, excuse my reach. So right here you have your maximum airspeed, right?
Right.
So we're between sea level and 2,000 feet at about 6 degrees. So we're well within this 102 knot airspeed. That's our max airspeed, okay?
Okay.
That's the max the aircraft goes to.
Right.
And that would feel weird going that fast in this aircraft.
Right.
Alright, so here we do the same thing, between level 2,000 over to about 6. So it's 22.3 and 21.9.
Right.
So I'm going to say 22. Just for simplicity. 22.
And that's 22 inches.
Yep, 22 inches is our continuous. 22. Now because we're doing full carburetor heat today, we can add 1.5 to get our maximum power.
Right.
So 22 becomes 23.5. Not working very well because of the moisture. So 23.5 is our max takeoff.
Okay.
Okay?
So, and each line's, so it's like 21, 22, 23, 24.
Yep.
So
if you can make out the difference between 23.5 and 23.3, why are you doing this job? You could do something way cooler with eyes that accurate. So yeah, it's all approximation. If you go a little above it, just bring it down.
Okay.
You don't want to constantly be pulling more power because you'll just overstrain the engine.
Right.
But it's not like a do or die, it'll blow up spontaneously like helicopters do in movies all the time.
Right. Right.
So limit manifold's good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take the frictions off. So friction's coming off. Friction's coming off. Governor's going to go on. Then we're going to roll up to 80%. Go ahead. Nice and slow. Once you're up to 80%, the governor is going to take it over for you, if you recall. And we babysit it just to make sure it doesn't go like through the roof.
Right.
Cool. Clutch light came on. We're going to make that bad boy to go out. Cool. Alright, so now we're going to lift collective a little bit. So go ahead and lift it up just a little bit. And roll smoothly towards you. Once you get below 97%, there's Jim Carrey screaming at you, right? That's what we're after. Now roll the collective down. And we'll check our environment. To the left. Field is good. I can see out of mine. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and feel along. Get nice and comfortable. So when we do the pickup, we're going to smoothly raise that collective. No rush in this part, right?
All right.
Eyes outside, and we're going to pay attention to what the aircraft starts trying to do, and then fix it step by step. All right, so I'm lowering the collective a little bit. Did you feel what the aircraft was doing?
Yeah, it's going right.
Yep, so we're going to do a little bit of left pedal, a little bit of left cyclic. I brought it to the rear a little bit too, if you can tell.
Right.
Just a little bit. All right, I'm going to bring the collective up again just a little bit. Kind of feel it going forward.
Right.
So a little bit more aft cyclic. A bit more left pedal. Collective coming up. Nice and relaxed. There you go. So if you do your pickup step by step like that,
right,
you don't risk it turning into a snowball effect where you have a whole bunch of crap to fix as soon as you get airborne.
Right.
Makes it much easier to stay relaxed. All right, so you have the pedals?
Yep.
You have the pedals? All right, so go ahead and keep us along the yellow brick road, just facing it, okay? Yeah. How long has it been since you last flew?
2 weeks.
Okay, so yeah, we'll start by a control at a time initially, just to try and get you back into it.
Right.
Good. All right, so you go ahead and have the pedals and the collective, so your left hand. You have pedals and collective?
Yep.
All right.
Oh.
Yep, so you won't have, you're going to bob up and down a little bit just because of the way air works.
Right.
So don't fight every up and down. Like, see how the trim strings are kind of going back and forth?
Right.
Don't fight every trim string input. Kind of wait and see what the trend is, or if it's something alarming, like if you start sinking really fast, then make a small input.
Right.
But in general, you're just going to kind of go like on water.
Right.
And just kind of relax and be patient.
Oh.
When you do make a collective input, just use your finger to pull up a little bit.
Okay.
Or your thumb to push down rather than putting your whole wrist or arm into it.
Right, right.
That'll make you much less likely to overpower.
Oh, going.
All right, so we're going to back up just a little bit. Let's go ahead and do a left pedal turn, 90 degrees, and face to the west if we could. There you go, and then stable us out. So right now we're just checking our pattern to make sure it's clear. We got some birds down there we want to be aware of. All right, you keep coming to the left.
Oh.
Fine, nice and smooth. Alrighty, looking good that way. Alrighty, keep coming, another 90 degrees. Looking good that way. Alright, keep coming 90 degrees one more time. Alright, Auburn traffic, helicopter A6 Golf Charlie is going to take runway 25, left traffic, Auburn. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go this way. There you go, try and keep about the same altitude.
Oh.
Yep. I'd encourage while you're learning how to hover, like watch my feet real quick, do this.
Kind of back and forth.
Yeah, constantly have your feet engaged because it's super easy to forget that if you lock one foot, the other foot can't do crap to help you.
Right, right.
So by keeping them both engaged, you reduce the likelihood of forgetting one of your feet at a crucial moment.
Right.
It feels a little like, tiptoeing, but, whatever. All right, so we're going to be on the go. So warning lights are good, tech's good, we're in the green, so our hover checks are good. We also did a check while we picked up over there to make sure our spot was okay.
All right.
All right, so now we're just going to push nice and forward on the cyclic. We're going to be nice and patient. Keep our nose facing the runway direction, okay? So here comes the blowback. Oh, you're fine. Blow up, and then just hold that forward pressure. You can feel how I'm holding it?
All right.
And then add just a little bit. This is what controls your altitude, not your left arm. Okay, so if I want to climb, I'd come back. If I want to go lower, I'd push forward.
Okay.
All right, now that we have 40 knots, you'll use your left arm to climb. So go ahead and pull up. There you go. There's 23, 23 and a half. There's our power. A little bit of right pedal.
Oh.
There you go. A little bit more right pedal. Yeah. And there's the fog you drove through.
Yep, yep.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give you all three controls if you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, you have all three controls.
All right.
Alright, so let's go ahead and turn out. Let's keep climbing up to 2100 feet, okay?
Do I go straight? You want me to go left?
Left, yep. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, left cross 125. I'm going to get a picture of that. I got to get a picture of that on our next pattern.
Alright.
If you're cool with it.
Oh, yeah.
So we want to turn crosswind ideally before Highway 49, and
right.
we want to turn downwind before Bell.
1306 Charlie, taxi wings to 25 Auburn.
Go ahead and turn. Auburn traffic, radio check please.
Loud and clear.
Thank you, sir. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, left downwind 25 Auburn. Alright, so once you're up to 2100 feet, you can push forward a little bit and turn that climb into forward airspeed. You can always swap altitude for airspeed.
Right.
Something to remember, okay? Beautiful. Alright, so now we're at our downwind. We can do those downwind checks I talked about. Start at the top, warning lights are out, tachometer is good, 1, 2, 3 in the green, power beat is up. And then you're done.
Right.
You don't have to do it again for a while.
And then you say he usually checks at like the building with the green ribbon. I guess everybody's a little bit different on.
I check whenever you're established at an altitude,
right.
You're going to be at for a while.
Right, right.
But again, however works for you. As long as you're doing the checks, the exact time is secondary. It's
right.
not a big deal. I mean, obviously, if you do it 20 minutes after, it's kind of arbitrary at that point.
Right.
A little too late. All right, so once you're abeam your landing spot, so we're going to go for those big white stripes.
Right.
So once you're abeam that, you can start your descent down to about 1900 feet, and then we'll be at 1800 feet for our final. So if we want to descend, we'll just lower that collective a little bit.
Wait for that visual.
Yep. Yeah, we're kind of gain airspeed when we lower the collective because we nosedive. So just a little bit of half cyclic. Go. As we lower collective, we'll also have to do a little bit of right pedal. So you want to keep that descent. So keep that collective down. Make sure you're still descending.
Okay.
Go. Make sure to relax your grip as best you can too. Yep.
Sorry.
Keep breathing. Keep blinking. All right, we will hold that nose down just a little bit more because we're starting to slow down, which we don't want to do. Straight's good, straight's good. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, left base 25 Auburn. All right, so let's hold that forward and add a little bit of power. That way we can get some more airspeed, but we keep our descent going.
Right.
And a little bit of left pedal. Good. There you go. Perfect. Right is looking good, straight's looking good, left looking good. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie's on final 25 Auburn. Alright, did he go over your sight picture for landings?
He told me, you know, try to keep it centered on that runway, and then those two lights.
I'm not sure what to make of that. Kind of treat like, so use your compass as a front sight aperture, like on a rifle or a pistol.
Right.
Put it next to right about there. You see where those two thick white lines are past the number?
All right.
So line that up with something inside, treat that like your front sight post, and
right.
try and keep it right there. Entire descent, okay?
Okay.
Alright, well that's good, that's good. 1, 2, 3 miles, feet up. And you want to kind of gradually slow down, gradually lose airspeed. If it does go too low, you know you're sinking too fast or you're nosediving.
Right.
So bring the cyclic aft a little bit, bring it back up.
I'm over to the left a little too much.
Okay, so make some left in, but put that pressure in, get us back over there. Go.
Oh.
Let's hold a little bit of that forward pressure, add some left arm, so pull up on the collective. Just a little bit. Yeah, by kind of just milking it a little bit, we bring it back to where we want to go.
Right.
Yeah, so it's all about those small movements if you can. Vibrations mean we're coming out of ETL, so let's add a little bit of power. Get ready with your left pedal. You're going to need it. Go. Nice and relaxed. Keep that left pedal coming in.
Oh, oh.
Left pedal, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal. Get up. Remember to relax that right foot.
Right, right.
You got to relax that right foot. Otherwise, it don't matter how hard you push. All right. Cool. Warning light's good. Tech's good. 1, 2, 3. Green. We'll do another one. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie's on the go, 25 left traffic, Auburn. All right, nice and relaxed. All right, so just gentle forward cyclic, just be nice and patient. You're going to kind of go up and down a little bit, that's fine. Nice and patient. Boom. Tune up, push forward through it,
Oh,
and then use that to control your altitude until you hit 40 knots. Remember to keep your aircraft in line, so use your pedals. There you go.
that was too much.
Okay, and then pull up on your collective. There you go.
Climbing a little too fast.
No, there's no such thing. No such thing as climbing fast. But we are in trim, so keep that right pedal. So as you scan from outside to inside,
Right.
drag your eyes across that, make your inputs as you keep your eyes going.
All right.
Okay?
Oh. Hold up on the nose too much. Going too slow.
You want to fly over the clouds?
Oh. Do I want it?
Yeah, over the corner of the clouds.
Oh.
You want to see it?
Do you want to?
Sure.
Okay.
Pretty cool looking. And it's still, you're still flying, so just
Cool.
get a cool view. So
Cool.
just kind of head this direction.
Okay.
Auburn traffic radio check.
You're loud and clear, sir. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is going to be departing the pattern to the south from a left crosswind at 2,000 feet. Auburn. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and climb up to 2,000 feet. See if we can hold above 60 knots, okay?
Okay.
So for forward flight, because we're leaving the pattern, we'll do that downwind check. So
Right.
warning light's good, back's good, 1, 3 in the green, RB up. And now you can use your external reference as a lot of the information. So if the horizon starts going up or down, you know you're nosediving or
Right.
climbing, right?
Right.
Yeah. So use the same information in a turn. If you start a turn and you see the horizon slipping up or down, you know you're nosediving in the turn or you're coming out of the turn.
Right.
So you can get a lot of useful information external. So try and keep your eyes outside and then bring them in, check, make sure you're good there, back outside.
Right.
Good there, back outside. If you see something you don't like, start the input,
Right.
but keep the eyes going. Because staring at it while you make the input is just a good way to tunnel vision.
Right.
It'll help you. So cool. All right, so once you get along it, just go ahead and parallel down it.
Okay.
Like, well, check it out a little bit.
Wow, look at that.
Right?
That looks pretty cool.
Like the last video I'm going to get on this phone before I upgrade it.
Auburn traffic 7130.
I have an iPhone.
Runway 25, southbound departure, Auburn.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Right? Another benefit of being above the Sacramento Valley.
I always like driving over that Forest Hill Bridge. And
Oh, yeah.
Seeing the fog underneath you.
We could head that way and check that out too.
Oh.
It looks like there's fog down there. All right, so once you start getting the updrafts and stuff like that, especially in the summer, that's just the ground heating up differently, right?
Right.
So the sun is hitting the ground well here, while the fog, it's not hitting the ground as well under the fog.
Right.
So you'll have different air movement.
Okay.
All right, so that's what causes turbulence. It's just air movement. So when you run into it in the helicopter, it's kind of like hitting a wave in a boat.
Right.
You can't fight the wave once you're in it. So just kind of relax, let the wave subside, and then reassert control afterwards. Don't fight every little input.
Okay.
You'll just usually make it way worse for yourself. Now that is glorious.
Yeah, that is pretty.
My phone is not going to do anywhere near enough justice to that. Yeah, once you're up here, you can go ahead and follow the canyon up there. You can get that shot of the Forest Hill Bridge if you like.
All right. Oh, okay, so that's Forest Hill Bridge is over here to the left.
Yep, this is the American River Canyon.
But it's full of fog, it's kind of hard to tell.
It is, right? Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so this is where we use kind of this situational awareness for like 3.5 miles.
Uh-huh.
So we know we're south because the bridge is right there, and we're heading east now. So we know we're south of the airfield.
Right.
Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie. We are 3.5 miles south of the airfield at 2,200, headed eastbound. Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 130, Charlie. Left crosswind departure, last radio call, Auburn.
Oh yeah, that's glorious.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, do you ever do any military or radio communications?
No, not yet. I haven't done any communications. Eric was saying he's going to get me comfortable in the helicopter and then transition me into doing a bunch more stuff. Like he said like right now, like carb heat and stuff like that. He was doing until he feels comfortable with transitioning me into it and stuff. And
that's fine. Yeah. So radios is something you can start listening to on like YouTube channels and stuff like that.
Right.
Which will kind of help. But basically all it is, hey you, this is me, this is what I'm doing, this is me saying it.
Right.
That's basically the format it always comes down to. But yeah, usually until you're doing the pattern with no input from us, yeah, you shouldn't touch the radios.
Right, right. Man, that's so cool.
Yeah. And then we'll kind of just turn this into an extended left base once we get over the bridge. Is that camera good enough for your shots?
Yeah. It should be picking up all of this. Okay. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Well, I appreciate you flying us over, Wart.
What was that?
I said I appreciate you flying us over it.
Oh yeah. That is so pretty. It's weird, we went on me and my girlfriend, we went on a tour flight up in Tahoe.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell her, I was like, yeah, when you're up here, you feel like you're just kind of like cruising. It's not until you're low to the ground that you really know how fast you're moving.
It is, yeah. Yeah, one more awesome picture, and then they'll give me lots of pictures for the Instagram page for Clear Air. All right, so let's go ahead and head back toward the airport. You kind of see the structures of the hangars back there.
Yep.
Kind of hit at a 45, and we'll intercept it on a left base. How you feeling with the control stuff? Kind of white fingering a little bit, so make sure you still relax your grip. Try and do an internal scan every time you get a chance. Make sure your toes are relaxed. You're not driving your heels into the floor and trying to do like a Flintstone thing.
Right.
Yeah, the more relaxed you can get, the easier the control inputs will be.
Yeah, I'd say right now the only tense part is probably my right hand, a little bit. And that's probably
Our traffic,
like you say, white knuckling.
13 left crosswind for runway 25 over.
Alright, let's go ahead and head. You see the little white roof church, the white and brown line underneath it?
Yeah.
Let's head toward that. Auburn traffic, Helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is entering an extended left base for runway 25. Auburn. We have that crosswind traffic in sight. We won't be a factor for you, sir. Alright, good job holding your...
Auburn traffic 24261, turning downwind, looking for base traffic.
We are off your 12 o'clock now, just approaching Bell and the corner of 80.
Perfect, I'll be number 2 in the pattern.
So I don't know how much he told you. Hovering is still something I'm working on. And entries and stuff, he's only done a little bit with me both times.
Okay. Yeah, figure we'll do a couple patterns and do some hovering. If you were doing hovering well at 2-3 hours, then you're a prodigy.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Not too well.
Let's start our descent down to about 1,800 feet, so we want to just lower that collective nice and smooth. Going to bring the cyclic aft just a little bit and a little bit of right pedal as we lower the collective. Auburn traffic, Helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is entering final 425, Auburn. Alright, well that's good. Good, you're in the green. Check. Alright, let's go ahead and turn that final. So as you do big collective inputs, the nose will follow whatever you're doing the collective.
Right.
So you'll have to make a slight correction with the cyclic in order to prevent your airspeed from either increasing or decreasing based on your collective.
Right.
Yeah, alright, so let's bring it left a little bit. Kind of hold that altitude for a little bit, so raise that collective. Hold that forward pressure, we don't want to slow down just yet. And it's all about pressure with the cyclic.
Right.
So doing like quick little hits doesn't help you a lot, because you're just going to be doing a momentary change and then right back to whatever it was doing. So it's all about kind of gradual pressure. There you go. So there's the sight picture right there. So let's lower that collective a little bit, get that descent going, slide aft cyclic, start slowing down, and then just make sure we're nice and relaxed. Auburn traffic, Helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, short final 25, Auburn. Alright.
Auburn traffic 24261, turning left base for runway 25.
Yep. Remember, it's all about pressure, so you gotta hold that pressure. So airspeed's coming slow, so let's hold that a little bit. We don't want to slow down too much, so let's push forward just a little bit and hold it there. try and see if we can stretch it out and get to that spot. So yeah, we're maintaining just above 30.
Right.
As we get closer to the spot, now you can start slowing down a little bit, start raising the collective. Remember your left pedal. No, not much. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Left pedal, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal.
Oh. Sorry.
You're good. All right. Go over there and do some hover stuff. So I have controls real quick.
All right. You got controls?
I got controls.
All right.
Offering traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is clearing the active, conducting hovering practice north of the airfield.
Oh, you go over here into the field?
Final runway 25 for stop.
If it's available, it's got more room.
Hover traffic, Cessna 530, Quebec, hold short for 250.
So you kind of felt how you had a big left pedal and then we sank?
Yeah.
So when I mentioned holding that forward airspeed, that's why we hold the forward airspeed until you're really close to the ground.
Right.
Because then it's more like a grease on, like a frisbee, rather than a basketball being thrown, where it just tanks. And then you won't have such an aggressive descent at the end. All right. So do you want to start with all three controls or one at a time? Do you have a preference?
It doesn't matter. I mean, we could do all three. Hovering is definitely my weak spot.
Understandable. Until you're about 12 hours in, it will continue to be probably your weak spot.
Right.
So no worries, no stress. All right, so we'll start with all three. We'll see how you feel, and we'll go from there, okay?
All right.
So pick something in the distance, like that truck on the hill.
All right.
Or the building. Try and keep that in front of us. Try and keep it about the same altitude, and remember, as relaxed as you can, small and okay?
All right.
All right, you have controls?
I have controls.
You have controls.
For traffic, Cessna 530, Quebec, taking the active, holding short for landing traffic.
Auburn traffic, 24261.
All right, I'm going to reset real quick.
A couple tumbleweeds about halfway down, but shouldn't be a factor.
Tumbleweed.
Thank you.
Give you a bit more room to that cone.
Right.
Alrighty. So I'm going to say reset, and then I'm just going to give it right back to you once we're done, okay?
All right.
Alright, so you have controls?
I have controls.
You have controls. Get those feet involved. Get those feet involved.
Oh, left. Oh.
Alright, reset?
Yep.
Alright, so did he go over how it has like a pendulum effect?
Yeah, he said you kind of want to make a slight move it one way, wait for it to make its adjustment and see if it needs to be readjusted. And he did tell me about the pendulum effect, yeah, where you're pretty much hanging from the rotor and you're underneath it trying to balance it.
Yeah, so for example, like if we're moving forward and you want to stop it, your instinct is to pull backward.
Right.
And then the aircraft's going backwards, and you're like, okay, I'm good. And then you go back to normal, but you're already backwards.
Right.
So once you see the aircraft start to respond, really, you want to go back to neutral rather than holding it, because otherwise you just started a new tendency to go backwards instead of forwards.
Okay.
So instead, go forwards. If you want to fix it, bring it aft, and then neutral.
Okay.
And then all corrections from there.
See, and I think too, I'm trying to find that center point too on the cyclic.
And unfortunately, that will constantly be changing as you burn fuel, as you have different instructors. So you're right, that will very much be like balancing a bicycle.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so you have controls?
I have controls.
You have controls. Relax. Keep your eyes in the distance. Breathe in.
Oh.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 24261, taking up runway 25, stand in the pattern. Auburn.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Fine. So you bring it aft and then neutral. Aft and then aft. It's always about a small input and then back. So in a hover, it's less about pressures for corrections and more about a kind of a quick corrective movement and then back to trying to be centered. So bring it left a little bit and then back to neutral. Go. Aft a little bit and back to neutral. There you go. Those are the kind of inputs you need to be making. Now you just got to do it while also keeping your feet engaged.
Right.
Because basically, forward on the cyclic changes based upon the nose direction, right?
Right.
There you go. Those small inputs. Try not to tense up that arm. Keep breathing. Keep your eyes outside. Don't let them in on you. Otherwise, you'll over control. So just keep those small cyclic inputs. There you go. So forward.
Oh. Yeah, he's also telling me, because I make small inputs, and he says when your nose comes up a little bit higher, you need to go a little bit further forward.
Yeah, because if the nose is changing abruptly, there's a big movement coming, and
Right.
you'll have to anticipate and correct for that.
Oh.
There you go. Don't give up. Aft. Neutral. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 24261, turning left, crosswind for runway 25, Auburn.
Auburn traffic is the 530.
Man, it's hovering super hard.
It is. It's straight up learning a bicycle again. Once you get the balance down, it's easy, but that balance, until you have it, is just going to be falling.
Right.
A lot of falling. All right, I have controls real quick.
You got controls?
I got controls. Go ahead and shake it out.
All
Relax everything if you can. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, conducting hovering practice north of the airfield in the grass. Will remain clear of the active. Auburn. All right, when you're ready, sir.
All right.
All right, you have controls?
I have controls.
You got them.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 24261.
Good job with that collective input.
For runway 25.
That was small, easy, good job. Left, neutral, nice and relaxed.
Yeah, finding that neutral is the hard spot.
I imagine it's like trying to tightrope walk.
Right.
There'll be a spot where you can kind of feel it, and you're in like a zen spot where it's like everything is in line and the universe is like all in one. Like that's kind of what it is.
Right.
Try and do a little bit smaller collective input than that. If you notice, you did a big one and then you immediately had to just correct it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so try and do a little bit smaller. Remember just to use that finger and the thumb.
Oh.
Auburn traffic, Cessna 24261.
Pretty good.
Left base, runway 25, Auburn.
Pretty good.
Oh. Yeah.
Like the beginning of a rap song. Watched some video on Reddit yesterday where some guy like tried to rob this store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the owner was not behind the counter like he thought.
Oh.
And so she got everyone out and then locked him inside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was trying to break out and he couldn't. He's like, please, I'm sorry, please. Tried shooting the door. It was bad.
On downwind for 25 hours.
Trying to find that center.
Auburn traffic, Lane 30 Tango is 2.5 mile final runway 7. We're going to be circling around to the downwind 25, Auburn.
Auburn traffic 24261 on final runway 25, we'll stop.
Hey, I have
Alright.
controls real quick.
You got controls?
I got him. Relax. We'll do another one and then we'll do another pattern or two, okay?
Alright.
How you feeling? How's the right arm?
Oh, it gets a little tired, especially when it's
Auburn traffic, Cessna 1416, Mike, taxiing from the ramp to runway 25, Auburn traffic.
Alright, when you're ready, sir.
Auburn traffic, 5309 Quebec, turning left base for 25, full stop.
Alright, ready?
You have controls.
I have controls.
You have controls.
Auburn traffic, Lane 30 Tango is about a 1.5 mile final low approach, only 7, circle to downwind 25, Auburn.
Wait for him to get out of there before we take off. I was going to be heading right for him.
Super 261, clear back to 25.
Oh snap!
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh, look at that, he's doing it! Well done.
Oh. Oh. Far back.
Yeah. That was good. That was what, 10 seconds or so?
Yeah,
That was well done.
I'm trying not to look at the ground in the helicopter, like,
Yeah, keep
making,
yeah, keep your eyes as far in the distance as you can. You start creeping up, you're going to start seeing the aircraft do bigger inputs. Hang on.
Right.
Watch that ball behind you. Yeah, if your eyes are close, the inputs look a lot bigger, so you'll do bigger inputs to correct for it.
Right.
And then it's a downward spiral. So you get more comfortable. All right, back to you.
All right.
You got him.
Got him.
Auburn Skyline 30 Tango is departing pattern east on the left down 125, Auburn.
Oh.
This is why I do the hover stuff out here. Way more room.
Right. Yeah, he usually has me over at the over the little star.
331 Foxtrot, 10 miles southeast, 4,500 inbound Auburn.
This gives you a bit more margin for error. Alright, let's see if we can turn around and head back the direction we came from. So I'm going to ask you to hover taxi on purpose.
Taking up runway 25, stand in the pattern.
Nice and relaxed. Keep that left pedal coming in.
Correct, clear of the active 25, Auburn.
Go. Get the right in there to relax. Relax that arm. Relax. Relax.
Oh, sorry.
There you go. I'm feeling you tense, which is going to make us go to the right as soon as I stop putting in counter pressure.
That's what he says. Oh.
Yeah. It's just like a trigger pull. Like if you squeeze too much, we're going to go the direction of the squeeze.
Oh.
Okay. Alright. I have controls.
Do you have controls?
I got it.
I wonder if these planes that are going in and out, I get worried about, oh man, this guy's training somebody. I see him moving all around.
Hey, what's so hard about it? I don't see what's so difficult. Yeah, come try it, punk. Auburn traffic, aircraft on the hold short. Do you mind if we sneak out ahead of you on 25?
Yeah, go for it.
Thanks, sir. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie. Gonna be taking runway 25. We'll have traffic, Auburn. Sorry, I brought some tumbleweeds with me. Alright. Alright. Channel forward cyclic. Remember to keep the nose in the direction we're going, so keep those feet down, nice and relaxed. Balloon up, push forward.
Yeah, that flare up. Oh.
A little bit of right pedal. A little bit of right pedal, there you go. There's a 50 knots, so we're past that, so now raise your left arm.
24261, turning left, crosswind for runway 25.
Beautiful. Alright, keep this going, we got the aircraft in front of us. Cool. Yeah, have you started any of the ground instruction courses, like on Helicopter Online Ground or books or something?
I'm actually just signed up for it and started doing a little bit.
Come left a little bit from noise ordinance.
From that, yeah, sorry about that.
What?
I've started a little bit. I was trying to get everything done that he wanted me to get done, and then get into that.
Auburn traffic, Super 261 is on downwind for runway 25.
Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie left, crosswind to downwind, have the downwind traffic in sight. We'll be behind you, number 2 in the pattern. Alright, so 2,100 feet is as high as we want to go.
I want to pick up some speed.
Yeah, so push forward. You'll turn this climb into airspeed. There you go. See how that swapped?
Right.
Traffic left R 331 Foxtrot, 5 miles southeast, 2,900 inbound Auburn.
Now we're climbing again and we're slowing down, so hold that forward nose. Forward nose. Hold the pressure. Forward.
Yeah.
Auburn traffic, Thailand 930 Tango is 3 miles south of the field. Going to do a 45 entry, left downwind 25 Auburn.
There you go. Alright, so established in the downwind. Warning light's good. Tech's good. Once you've been green. Sorry, up. Very nice.
Auburn traffic 24261, turning left, base for runway 25, full stop Auburn.
So is that guy taking off or is he going back in?
He's landed. Turning left base right now, so just go ahead and keep following him. Start your descent down to 1,900 feet, okay?
Alright.
Try and hold that 60 knots.
Oh.
Yep, so push the cyclic forward. Lower that click a little bit. That Bell helicopter is still in our spot, which is unfortunate.
Auburn traffic 24261, turning final runway 25, full stop Auburn.
I guess let's push forward a little bit more. Go ahead and turn your base when you're ready. Good, straight's good, left have him. Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie, left base 25 Auburn.
Auburn traffic, Thailand 930 Tango, left downwind 25 Auburn.
Yeah, there's a guy down here that has "fuck you" or something written on his driveway.
Yeah.
Traffic left R 331 Foxtrot.
Seen him outside a couple times.
For 25 Auburn.
He cared enough to like flip the bird up to me, and I was like, dude, you're a juvenile. Like, why did you move here? Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is on final, 25 Auburn. Aircraft on the downwind, would you mind extending a little bit? We're going to be coming in slow for this approach.
Sure, I can extend a little bit, 25 Auburn.
Thank you, sir. Warning light's good, tech's good. We're in the green, trim off, car beat up. Alright, so same thing we did last time, right?
Alright.
Let's just hold on to that forward airspeed, like maybe the last 20 knots. So we're about 100 feet from that landing spot, okay?
Okay.
Start slowing down in the meantime, otherwise it's going to get really shallow, or really deep. Nice and black.
Oh, getting a little tense.
25 Auburn.
Like camping, a little intense.
Right.
Auburn traffic, Skyline 30 Tango, left base 25 Auburn.
Alright, let's keep it nice there. Got a gentle descent coming in.
Traffic left R 331 Foxtrot, turning left at downwind midfield for 25 Auburn.
There you go, so just kind of hold that in there. See how you're holding like 30 knots. Got a gentle descent coming in. Now we're slowing down, so hold forward. Step forward. Raise that power a little bit, left pedal.
Oh, oh.
There you go. That power coming up just a little bit at a time. Keep that left pedal coming in. Just keep it gradually coming up, gradually coming up, gradually coming up. No, you're not coming up.
Oh.
You're not, well, don't lower it, but yeah, so make sure you're actually pulling it up as you start in
Auburn
that
traffic,
approach.
Skyline 30 Tango, final 25 Auburn.
Alright.
Alright, we're going to have to wrap it up. So I have controls real quick.
Okay, you got pedals?
I got controls.
I got controls.
Auburn traffic, helicopter 86 Golf Charlie is clearly active, Auburn. Just wanted to get off here. Where are we? I guess we got to go land at the helipad because, you know,
Can't land at the
that
pumps
guy's
again.
a bastard.
There's a, oh, that's a second helipad right
So
there.
you can hover taxi down here if you'd like. Do you have controls?
Oh, I have controls.
You have controls. Alright, so the only difference between a hover taxi and a hover is that rather than going stable neutral, you want forward momentum neutral.
Right.
So that's a spot where you have a consistent airspeed like this. So if you add more, you'll speed up. If you slow down, add less, you'll slow down.
traffic, last R, 331 front, 25,
Just relax.
number 2.
Keep those feet engaged. Remember to do that tip-top dance.
All right.
Keep those feet engaged. Forget about them.
Oh. Oh. 2. I need you to help out here a little bit.
Alright.
Alright.
Follow the yellow brick road, so keep the nose in the direction we're going.
Where am I going?
To the helipad. Flag.
Our traffic, Skymaster 1416, Mike, taking runway 25, left crosswind departure to the south.
Alright, so when we're landing, so eyes in the distance.
Our traffic, Skyline 30.
Nice and
I
relaxed.
haven't done any landings.
So keep your eyes in the distance, just like a hover.
Traffic, last R,
Now
331
think
front, turning final.
about lowering your left arm. Just think about it. Don't force it down. Just think. Okay. Go. Alright, it's going to stabilize. Think about lowering it a bit more. Once it touches, lower it all the way. Beautiful. Alright, now we're going to roll toward you. Nice and smooth to 75. Keep on. And go ahead and turn the governor off. Good job. Remember where the frictions are?
Do the collective friction first?
Sure.
That's what he said.
Cyclic friction? Yeah, it kind of raises in this one when you're at 100%, so it's something to be aware of. Cool. Alright, let me grab our checklist. So cool, well done. How do you feel about that?
Oh, yeah, the hovering and stuff still gotta work on, and some of those entries, yeah, I need to pay more attention to my pedals and...
Pedals was kind of the consistent thing you were fighting against.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But no worries. So the landing, the big thing is you notice, like, just thinking about putting pressure
Right.
was sufficient to induce a descent, right?
Right.
So it's straight up using the force from Star Wars.
Right, right.
If you actually feel your arm making an input,
Right.
you're gonna, like, bounce.
You're gonna drop.
Yeah, so
pretty
just
quick.
be nice and patient. Don't try and rush it.
Right.
And do that same thing in every landing. May not be like, you may bounce around a little bit, but you're never going to hit hard.
Right.
And then bounce back up.
Okay.
It'll look controlled.
Right.
Which is nice.
Right, right.
Clear the active harbor.
Instead of dancing all around.
Yep. Alright, so the collective is down.
Down. Friction
Arm
off.
beam's good. Done.
Cyclic and pedal control, friction on. Carb heat. Or is that?
Nope, cylinder head temperature
Okay,
dropped, so
okay.
it's already cold out, so no worries there.
Okay. Carb heat drop. Throttle closed. So I turn the throttle all the way off.
Yep, toward you. Cool.
Wait 30 seconds. Wait 30 seconds.
Hang on, so clutch switch, disengage.
I could do that right now.
Yep.
Our traffic, Skymaster 1416,
Okay,
Mike,
so 30 seconds.
crosswind runway 25.
I'm going to turn these off. So when you do work on landings, there's two things, all right? So one is when you connect the ground, there's only one of two possibilities.
It's got a tip.
Either you like the setup, in which case you commit, which is continuing to lower the collective,
Right.
or you don't like the setup, in which case raise the collective and fix it.
And reset.
Because if you're trying to fix it while you're in contact with the ground,
Right.
that tip thing is a problem.
Okay.
If you're trying to fix it while you're in the air, it's not a problem.
Right, right, right.
So either you're happy with it, in which case commit, or you're not happy with it, in which case fix it at an altitude and then come back.
Okay, okay.
All right, you're good, so go ahead and keep going.
So, clutch switch, disengage, wait 30 seconds, mixture off. Let's pull the cap and pull it up.
Yep. Push down on the little silver button and lift. There you go. Very good.
Alternator switch off. Mag goes off. Avionics off. Got those off. Guard back on. Wait 30 seconds. Apply rotor brake. Clutch light.
if you can line it up perfectly straight like a boss.
Right. Oh, keep going. Not like